Defendants, take your seats. The trial is about to begin. We are gathered here before Admirals Cabral and Barcelos. I shall be representing the inhabitants of this island. Our aim is to clarify the events that took place in front of the Ink Mistress's workshop, which led to the deaths of several of the Bridge Alliance emissaries' escorts. The emissary will represent the prosecution. Is the emissary here and ready to present her arguments?
I am. And I will prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that these savages murdered my escort and brought chaos to this island.
The defendants are Captain Alvida and the group of foreigners who are her guests. They are represented by the master of the shipyard.
We are also ready.
Very well. The prosecution has the floor.
Your honors, Noughts, I come here to seek justice for the lives of my men who were murdered on your streets. And I will prove to you that these savages are the killers.
Please explain how your men ended up in this part of town, when they were supposed to be part of your escort.
I'd given them the afternoon off, so I assume they were sightseeing. That's when they were attacked by these islanders and their companions.
Why would they do that?
Because they're savages. Ever since my people first set foot on Tir Fridi, we witnessed nothing but savagery. They constantly reject any form of progress. They kill people, massacre them if need be, and then pass themselves off as victims. They lure far more sophisticated people into their nets and make them pay for their crimes. Which explains why these eminent representatives of other peoples from the continent, as well as Captain Alvida, are here.
This whole speech sounds like an indictment, but you haven't provided any evidence.
This is true. Do you have any evidence or witnesses to call?
I do. I call Longshoreman Duarte to the stand.
Well, where is your witness, emissary?
I don't have the slightest idea.
You're wasting our time, emissary. Do you have any other witnesses?
I'll call the head guard.
The head guard didn't show up until after the fight.
Don't worry. We can cross-examine him if you wish.
Very well. Can you tell us what you witnessed that day?
We were on patrol in the neighborhood, and a longshoreman came to tell us that some savages had attacked a group of Alliance foreigners. We got there as quickly as we could, but by the time we arrived, the savages were putting away their weapons and the others were lying dead on the ground.
Is there any way they could have just been passing by and had drawn their weapons to assist my men?
No, they were covered in the men's blood, and we saw them finish off the last one as we approached. I'm sorry. I wish we'd gotten there sooner. We could have saved your men.
You did your duty. What could you have possibly done in the face of such savagery? What happened next?
We wanted to arrest them, but the master of the shipyard intervened and reminded us that we could only arrest the captain.
A law that's difficult to swallow when it's obvious that the ones it benefits are the true culprits, and the innocent must shoulder the burden of their crimes.
In the context of this court, you will abstain from criticizing our laws, emissary.
Of course. Forgive me. I have no further questions for this witness.
Does the defense wish to question the witness?
Ask him if he can confirm who started the attack.
According to your own testimony, you did not witness the attack, yet you arrested the captain.
Well, those men have been killed, and it was obvious that the captain and her friends were responsible for their deaths.
Really? Would the scene you discovered have been different if these people were the victims of a vicious attack and were only defending themselves?
I suppose the scene would have been the same, yes. But the longshoreman?
Since the longshoreman isn't here, what he told you can't be trusted. What was the first thing the defendants said to you when you tried to arrest them?
They were only defending themselves.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Now that the prosecution has presented its evidence and witnesses, it's time for the defense to present its case.
It's our turn now. What would you like us to present first?
We shall now proceed to show our evidence.
We would now like to present some evidence that has come to light in the course of our investigation.
Evidence? Evidence of what?
Emissary, the defense has the floor. Please allow the master of the shipyard to present his case.
I have here a document signed by this very emissary, which mentions an agreement with a certain Duarte, who works as a longshoreman. The document states that this man is to alert the head guard that an attack is taking place against the Alliance's men. It also states that he will have to testify before this court and specifically identify the natives from Tir Fredi as being behind the attack. The reward for this service is a very substantial sum of money.
It must be a forgery. A forgery created by the defendants to escape a fair punishment.
As our master librarian is a handwriting specialist, I suggest that he examine this contract and give us his expert opinion on the matter.
I will look into this during the deliberations. Have you found any other evidence?
We would like to present this report, which was found in a hideout, where this very emissary was participating in suspicious activities.
How dare you? What kind of scandalous accusation is that?
Explain yourself, master of the shipyard. It is highly unusual to describe the person representing the prosecution in this manner.
How else can I describe the activities that required the emissary to travel to an obscure cabin in the inland territory? Not to mention the fact that this report describes these activities in great detail.
Lies, lies, and more lies. An outrageous forgery.
Let the defense continue.
The emissary and her men were obviously making deals with some of our more law-averse knots to smuggle
По сути, они тогда
contraband.
бандитов должны были туда поставить, а не нафтов.
I'm counting on you to give us
Тогда
these
бы
documents so
легко
that we
убили
can
бы.
find the culprits.
Yes. We won't let a few bad apples spoil the guild's reputation.
And just how did you find this obviously forged report?
You may ask your questions when the defense has finished. Carry on, master of the shipyard.
In addition to the highly instructive explanations of their smuggling activities, these documents also include a very important element that is of interest in these proceedings. The attack is clearly planned out in detail. The head guard was to be alerted as soon as it took place. If the Alliance men were able to kill the natives, the captain and her companions, then the testimony of the longshoreman and the head guard was to have cleared them of any suspicion. If not, well, we've all seen how the rest of the plan was to play out.
Nonsense! This is unacceptable.
Why would the emissary have planned such a dire scheme that would surely put the lives of her men at risk?
The report is very clear on this point. The aim was to decidedly tarnish the natives' reputation in our eyes. Some are starting to raise their voices here against what's happening in Tir Fredi, especially concerning the deportation of the natives. If we all thought the natives were savages and beasts, we'd have fewer scruples about dealing with them. Wouldn't we?
That's exactly what they are.
That's
Animals.
enough, ma'am. How dare you?
We will study this report carefully. And if it proves to be true, you'll be the one to answer for it.
Master, do you have any further evidence to submit?
No, we have nothing further to present to the court.
We have nothing more to add.
The defense has presented all of its evidence. and will now defer to the Council's judgment.
In that case, we will now take leave to deliberate.
Can't I plead my case?
If you were hoping to make a case for your ideas, you should know that's not how things work around here. The witnesses and the evidence are presented, and anyone can examine and refute them, but the final decision is the Council's. We'll return once a unanimous decision has been made. The Council has come to a decision, and I'll let Admiral Cabral announce the verdict.
Given the evidence that was presented, we have come to the conclusion that the defendants are innocent.
This is a travesty.
Silence. We don't have enough evidence to prove your responsibility in this tragic affair. However, we shall keep a close eye on you from now
Я
on,
специально
so you'll
не
have
взял
a
свидетелей,
escort
потому что
with you
отчет
at all times. I advise you to
бумаги
finish your
говорят
business here
громче.
quickly and return to Tynea as soon as possible. And don't even think about troubling our exonerated guests again.
The Council has ruled, and the court is adjourned.
You're free and may do as you please until you're ready to board your ship, Captain. Despite the trial, I've had the shipyard working on it, and it'll be ready to sail with the tide tomorrow.
Captain, I know what you think of me, what everyone thinks of me. But could I have a word with you?
А ты тут при чем?
What is it?
I hear you're looking for your mother's logbook. I know where it is.
Is that so? How could you possibly know that?
I'll tell you when the time comes, but not here. Meet me at the tavern when you're done.
I don't trust you, Silvio, but I'll come. It would be wrong not to hear you out at least once.
Ни одного таланта, только характеристики. Обидно. Это я не знаю, где найти вообще. Или придется к тем нафтам в пещеру снова заходить. Этот сундук вскрывать. Хотя что там вскрывать? Да. Все равно непонятно.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for getting me out of there. But I'll get you home. Tomorrow, we'll have a ship.
Why do we not leave now? You say you want to take us home.
Потому что я еще не отправили на воду.
Because this kind of expedition is incredibly expensive. You're going to need a protector. A patron. But don't...
I know someone who wants to go home.
Not in the least. I'm very happy to be here with you.
We can choose our destination. In the meantime, anything you like. As long...
Wait. I'm sorry. I'd like to accompany you. Even if I have...
There are enough of your people on our oil...
And you can surely find another ship. The Alliance...
That's true. I could probably find... But I'd have to make compromises. I'm not... Please. Let me prove that not all of...
She did warn us and helped us with the framing. And having an ally in...
The best... Whether or not you can be a part of our group.
Понятно, плюс еще один персонаж.
So, thank you for coming.
Tomorrow, you'll be given a ship. Your mother...
But I thought it was lost in the storm.
Lost? No. But it did suffer, as you know. I was the shipwright working on her ship. Before her A cache in her cabin. If her logbook still exists...
Why did you come to find Alvida now? Why didn't you tell her about this earlier?
The trial undoubtedly roused his remorse.
It has nothing to do with the trial. Even if I would have liked to have had a louder voice to help save you from this masquerade. If I've come now, it's because you are going to take possession. You, on your mother's ship. For I know that the captain's log...
What do you know of Alvida's mother's fate?
Unfortunately, everyone knows what
I have always worked my heart, and I would never have let your mother, for whom I had... I don't know what happened. According to the official report, and for that reason it ran aground not far from the... But I know that...
Didn't you lose your position because of what happened to the...
Indeed. Admiral Barcelos found me guilty of what had happened to the captain. But since there was no real evidence again...
Thank you for answering.
I still don't trust you, Silvio.
I sincerely hope I'll go back to my workshop now.
Do you need my service?
If we keep this up, I'll end up becoming a... That being said, I'm really glad that we...
What do you think about...
I've known the North Guild for a long time, but I must admit that it's rather different to see them at home in their bizarre hierarchy based on merit, these admirals, and this town that seems to be built for...
You called Alvida a good friend. How...
I met Alvida when she was a sailor on the ship that took me to Elima. Even though it may be hard to believe when you look at me today, she introduced me to the beauty of travel and discovery. During one of our last encounters, it was the first time someone had done something for me. That's rare. Especially... My, just listen to me, getting all sentimental.
You mentioned you were a diplomat in Olima.
I was the legate, which is a way of saying I represented our nation in this great city, which, well, my job there was to further the congregation's commercial... I had to make sure certain agreements were reached. And it's a rather boring job, to be honest. The only good part about...
You seem very proud of your family. They rule over a city...
The ancient city of Peren. The oldest inhabited city. My family, the de Vesps, have been merchant princes there for generations. No other family in the city would be mad or suicide. You see, my family has made assassination their art and manipulation their language. However, we are no longer the leaders of the congregation. That honor belongs to the Dorsays, the princes of Serene. And of course, every member of our family is sworn. My uncle is His Highness Alexandra de Vesp I, assisted in his sinister plans by my cousin. Between you and me, they're all obsessive murderers who have been driven mad by but their name still opens many doors, which could be used.
Let's talk.
Always.
Просто над ней восклицательный значок был. Хотя чем мне их хапать? Угу. А я таки не нашел. Темная пещера. Логово пиратов внизу. Я почему-то вот это вот. Мне кажется, это. Однако там слишком людно, чтобы такое сокровище оставлять.
You'd be better off talking to a captain. I'm just a sailor.
Hello. Are you lost?
Fair winds.
You'd be better off.
Look, Wiedengar, the ground is sunken there. Someone must have buried something. We need something we can dig with.
Ух ты.
You're not from around here.
А где что мы откопаем? Как он это затраггерил? Что-то это зрение никак не помогает.
The clothes worn by the servants of the rich could help us be less visible, don't you think?
Все малину портит. Не, там нельзя.
We'll have to be careful. We're not supposed to be here.
Сказано лох.
We'll have to be careful. We're not supposed to be here.
Ну не пойдем, так не пойдем, мусь. Угу. Короче, судя по чужой карте, почему-то я вижу здесь перекрестие. Хотя, по-моему, нет, ошибаюсь. Или здесь. Короче, квадрат из дорог нарисован, но я вижу, что вот это мне бросается больше в глаза. Где-то здесь. Да. Как ты затриггерил что-то там, блин, непонятно, вот как, браток. Дальше неудивительно, где будет сейчас. Дальше будет там, где мы видели бугорок.
Look, Ridengar, the ground is sunken there.
Видите, он как-то так триггерит. Всегда есть чем копать, бро. Жадности познает только горе, да. А, это еще и не конец. Пенинсула. Полуостров.
Look, Riedengar. The ground is sunken there. Someone must have buried something. We need something we can dig with.
Почему-то он единственный говорит об этом. Вау. Я лучше возьму рапиру. Что это уровень? Братан. Да, мы не улучшим так. Давайте к братку. То есть уже никак. Как будто вот обновился. Да нет. Оказалось. Очень обидно, что это первого уровня. Да. Можно свет.
Alvida left for the port at dawn. She was excited to see a ship at last. Are we going to meet her?
Конечно, кому бы не терпелось опроходовать собственный корабль, свое имущество гигантское.
There you are. I'm happy. Captain Alvida has already returned to it. When you're ready, just say the word.
We're ready.
In that case, climb into this boat.
Я уж спутал, или я это снизу, или сверху. Главный герой, имею в виду.
Well, what do you think of my ship? It's quite the change from that old skiff. This one even has a cabin.
Yes, it is a fine vessel. But when will you take us back?
As soon as I can pay the crew and stock the old with food for the trip.
My family would certainly be able to finance the journey, especially since it would be an opportunity for them to compete with the Dorsays. They're a rival family who rule over the cities of Serene and New Serene. Come to think of it, they too could finance our trip, I suppose. They certainly have the means.
That would entail going to Peren, wouldn't it? I wouldn't mind going there too. There's someone there I need to see.
Really? Someone from Ptolemy, I presume?
Yes, a man of the cloth who might be able to help me get home. A certain Father Cardinal Pius.
I've heard of him. A charming old man who lives like a monk, I believe.
Yes, he's a priest and the Ptolemy ambassador. He can help me get home, but his influence could also be useful in getting your expedition financed.
Yes, I've heard of him. Well, having the backing of influential people is rarely a bad thing. My family is going to be thrilled when they hear about my exploits in Alima.
As for me, I'd like to go back to Iskiara. We left behind a giant, rampaging creature, and I hate to think what might happen to the locals and my companions. We can't just leave this beast to wander around. We have to find out what happened after our timely getaway. And since it's not possible to dock in Dooton, this will bring me as close as possible.
That's a lot of destinations to choose from. We'll have to choose just one. So, where are we headed?
Ну, теперь карта мира стала полезной, да? Навалили заданий. Прям по 2 штуки. Да, потому что начались такие ящики невыносимые попадаться. Хотя я и выживание бы толкнул бы. Ремесло можно, конечно, не качать вообще. Видно, что... Ну, ремесло и алхимия, видно, что там можно хотя бы чьей-то помощью заимствовать. Так, все сбросил. Меня интересует это и это. Десятого уровня нету. Вот это интересно. Сам не знаю, что еще.
I'm glad you came to see me.
What does it entail?
As you may remember, Silvio told me about a cache on the Constantia, despite everything that's happened to that ship since. But she had so little trust that she wrote, I need to know what information it holds.
Of course, but
I need you to find someone who can track.
Понятно, что ее нужно взять с собой.
I'm at your service.
Someone in Ixantis can surely help us.
Are you happy to have become the captain of the
I'm happy to have recovered my mother's ship. After all, she did die at its helm, and many memories came back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about them.
Oh, I have so much. I climbed my first skylines here. I had small legs back then. It was difficult and painful. Oh, what a view. I had the world at my feet. And I was... But despite that, the feeling...
I won't bother you.
See you soon.
Значит, Ксантис обратно. Почему не полный отряд? Хорошо, друг, а когда ты меня запустишь туда, ёб твою мать? Впервые я такое, блядь, не знаю, испытываю. Абсурдный. А, подтвердить команду. Я уже думал еще несколько глаз вырастить на лбу.
I hope at least one of the admirals can help us. This is the first time I've heard of an encrypted logbook.
Doesn't she have other relatives who might know her code?
She and my father had... been getting along very well towards the end. But apart from them, I don't really see who could help us.
Captain Alvida.
Oh,
Young people. Here she's responsible for your conduct.
We could use your help. Or at least your advice. It's about a logbook.
It's Mum's logbook. I mean, Captain Estrella's.
Are you sure it's your mother's logbook?
I'm absolutely sure. The cache where I found it hadn't been...
I'm sorry, Alvida. I didn't even know your logbooks are usually made to be shared with other knots.
Do you know anyone who could decipher it?
I can only think of one person in Uxantis who's capable of such a...
Thanks for your help.
Please. This story concerns me as much as my daughter. Is there anything else I could do?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ладно, закончим.